You see, I think I'm really dull and boring. And there was this almost pressure today thinking, I've got the vlog to do, but what have I done? I've been for a walk, a 40-minute casual walk, giving the body a few days to recover and so on. I popped into the supermarket because I wanted some mozzarella and I wanted some salami for lunch, which I did. And then I've been here. So I've been here since midday and it's currently 6 o'clock. The most part of the day has been putting together the video. The good news where I left you yesterday was, yes, all of the video that I took up in London was fine. The audio was good. Nothing was clipped and I'm happy with how it's looking. So yesterday I put the basic video together. It's about 11, 12 minutes. Today, and I related some B-roll. Also, do you remember me saying that I was struggling to get good product shots from this Canon? There's something called scene mode. In scene mode, you can choose what you want. One's for smooth facial, skin and so on, but there's one for product shots. So I use that and that's made a huge difference. The product shots look really nice now. So that was up to last night. And today it's basically been doing a load of screen recordings in the glasses to drop on. I've done the thumbnail, I've done the title, I've done the description. So it's sort of done. I've got to watch it through tomorrow and tidy it up a little bit, and then hopefully during the course of tomorrow I will get it off. What's my phone saying about this? Oh, it's because I'm using the it's because I use the app to set the phone running, the camera running. Hopefully I'll get it over to the client tomorrow and then we can get it up this week. I was just going to go through a few stats with you that were a little bit interesting. Remember I paid that £100 to Google for the Wondershare video that they wouldn't do. So I've changed it to the Honor video now. Originally I didn't change the title because I thought that would happen automatically, but it didn't. So anyway, I've changed the bits now, so it's all correct. Out of that £100, they've spent £42.58. It's had 18,000 impressions and 1,100 views. And I think it's at about 6,500 views or something. So I would have thought more. I would have thought I'd got more views than that, but we'll see. But that's only half of it. So, I mean, it could pick up 3,000, 4,000 views out of it, but I'll keep an eye. I think I did it for a month or to 20, maybe it's till next weekend. So I'll keep it on that. But the other videos are doing quite well. The MacBook one went up this week to 8.5 nearly. The unlocked videos at 6 and a bit, 6.5. And the Honor one's at 6.8. So 6.8 minus the 1,100. So that's 5.7 of genuine views, as I call them. So that was kind of interesting. Also, have you noticed that Casey Neistat is posting a lot more frequently again? Out of the blue, he's just suddenly started. And that's fine by me. He's, you know, a genius to watch. And there was the one he did last night on the red night flight back, and just the editing at the beginning, it looks so simple. When you're in this game, you realise that's just talent, that is skill. I want to up my game to the next level, so I'm looking around trying to get inspiration, and there's things that I just don't yet know how to do. And he is an inspiration for the way he shoots, as is Pete. I haven't watched Pete's latest one, which was one of his podcast episodes. It's weird, he's putting long-form podcasts on his main channel, and he's not putting up his audio-only podcasts. And I did watch, I think I mentioned the other day, his Canon R6V video was pretty self-indulgent. It was lovely filming, beautiful filming, and great storytelling, but it wasn't actually much about the camera. And that's where he can let himself down occasionally. Not that I'm criticising my boyfriend, but I'm just saying it wasn't particularly informative from a camera point of view. So I'm more or less done here for the day. But there's one other thing that crossed my mind. As you know, I'm doing these 7-day weeks at the moment. I know at least next Saturday I've kind of got some time off. I've got a haircut booked. Don't worry, it's not all coming off. And I've also got, I'm going to take the camera over to Putney to Wex Cameras and get the sensor cleaned. And I hope to try and record some footage there. Might have to do on the iPhone because obviously the camera's going to be being cleaned. If they allow me to do it while they're doing, I don't know. But I'm going to go prepared, at least. That's all I can do. Haven't been to Putney in a long, long time. I think it's quite a nice area over there. So I've got a sort of a day off. But even when you've got time off, remember I said I want that walk this morning? On that walk this morning, I suddenly was making up script points for the iPod Classic video. So my thought, and I've virtually fully scripted it out of my head, which is the thing with this game. You don't actually get time off. If you're not doing it, well, I'm thinking about it. And last year, I seemed to get weekends off. I am working harder now. And I think working harder has sort of paid off. The Mac video has done me sort of 60, 70 subs, I think, 50, 60, 70 subs. I need the growth. And I've got a feeling that the growth is just around the corner because people are really looking forward to where I'm going to be in London next week. And I think it's keeping things fresh. So I don't know. You know, I don't normally blow smoke up my arse, but I've just got a feeling good things might just be around the corner. I'm not asking, I'm not being gifted anything. I know I'm working hard for it, but I think it's there. That's why I'm slogging away so hard doing a proper dedicated short every week, keeping Instagram going. But yeah, I've got a full script worked out in my head pretty much for this iPod video, and I'm going to record some of it at the iPod show on Wednesday. I'm going, and I've worked out the train journey as well. Luckily, I can use Overground Tube, which is an odd notion, but the Overground Tube from Richmond takes me through to Islington, so I will be able to get there. It looks like it only takes about 40 minutes or so, so maybe 20 minutes to Richmond, so an hour roughly to get there, and only £7 from Richmond to Islington. I was quite impressed by that. So I think I've worked that out. What I'll do photographically, I don't know. The few photos I took last week have actually worked out really nicely. I did one yesterday with the sun glinting through, and today's one was where I was on Jubilee Bridge. I'm just showing off now because I know it's called Jubilee Bridge. And I used the railings as a frame for taking a shot of Big Ben. And I know it's not genuinely called Big Ben, but I can't remember what it is called. I should have looked it up, but I know it's not actually called Big Ben. But anyway, yeah, I mean, that's all growing steadily as well in the background. I don't know what's happening with that publication. I did get in touch with them. They said I'd be hearing from the editor, which I haven't heard yet, but we'll get into next week and see what happens. So I really want to go home. I really want to go home and rest. My eyes are sore because obviously a day of editing and quite a lot of wearing glasses. I'm pretty happy with the video. I think it's as long as they're okay, because I've said there's a couple of things I have problems with, and most sponsors are actually okay with that as long as you're constructive. And there's a couple of things that, for instance, you can hook the glasses up to an iPad, but it doesn't look particularly good. And their Wake app that you can remote into a desktop, I've just never been able to get that to work. But hopefully I don't mind a little bit of honesty, because I think that shows that I've actually used the thing again, not just unboxed it and sat in the studio. And again, it's just so much more interesting talking about it away from the studio. I've had to do a few bits here today, but the screen recordings, you wouldn't know where I was doing those, of course. So between us, they were done in London. Of course, I had no Wi-Fi. Do you use mobile routers, Wi-Fi routers? Are they worth it? I mean, most of the time I'm fine, because most of the time I'm using Macs and I've got my phones. Still haven't switched over to the iPhone Air full time yet. I really want to. It's on. I've got a ESR MagSafe charger to one side, one of their CryoBoost charges really fast, and to the other side, it's disgusting. You know, some of the stuff I found on Friday that I was given at CES and have never unpacked. I've got 5 pairs of headphones sitting over there from JLab, never unboxed. And I found some stuff from ESR, like a little metal stand thing for standing the phone up on and everything. And how are you liking this new relaxed angle? I mean, I've slightly moved the tripod around now. I'm very much centre of the room, so seeing a very slightly different aspect. I think it really works. I really do. I just think it feels, as I said to you yesterday, I just think it feels more like a living room. And certainly for the vibe, I know a couple of you, Tracy, you were nice enough to say that, you know, it just feels like a conversation. And that's exactly what it is. So it's right at the end of the day. I thought I'd get this done. It can be uploading as I'm driving home. I don't think I can go for walks. I think it's raining, which is a bugger. At least I did get walking this morning. I figured just get one in the bank, get it done, and I'm glad I did. What this week holds, I don't know. London on Wednesday, podcast show, which I went to last in 2022, I want to say. There are speakers there. I don't know who's speaking that day. I will be taking this with me. I will almost certainly vlog from there. And I've got this iPod video. I think it could do quite well. I honestly think it could do quite well. I've got a really good narrative worked out in my head about how Apple Music kind of ruined the iPod. It's this HLS file format. It's such a pain in the arse. But I think I can make a good story. That's what I'm going to do before Wednesday. Hopefully I can get this video finished tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow afternoon, I can almost write out what I want to say on the iPod video. I won't read a script, but of course I've got those notes with me. It means I can read through there and keep remind myself what I need to say, so I'm not forgetting the story that I need to tell. And it's working really well. And I know there's certain points in this video, you see me look down at the phone to have a check of the notes, but I don't see that's a problem. I used to beat myself up about everything having to be to camera. But now, as long as I'm telling a good story, I don't think people are too worried. If I occasionally, I'm not sitting there reading it, but I don't know, I just think this whole thing feels more organic. Also, I've seen Canupsi's put one up this evening about the iPad mini. I do love Canupsi, and he was a little bit of an inspiration for me for the way that he shows Canada off. So I kind of took some of that inspiration. I have reformatted the card today as well, so we've got a brand new battery and a fresh card. And there was something I was going to say about Canupsi. Oh, Steve, you were on Threads asking about streaming off of the Neo. I have once tried streaming in Riverside FM, and it was fine. Riverside is totally cloud-based. It's totally browser-based. So I use Chrome for that, or Edge, normally Chrome, and it's been absolutely fine. The Neo was perfect with it. I used an iPhone as the camera, I think, in that instance, and but it was fine. And I was plugged into power, so I wasn't worried about juice running out. But yeah, let me know what your plans are, what you're thinking of doing. But yeah, from what I can see, the Neo is absolutely fine for that kind of work, and it would be perfect if I do ever get to travel again. I was speaking to a really good friend of mine today, a guy called Rico Garofalo, a musician, really good musician. Check out the album Seeds, Seeds, by La Speranza. Brilliant album, released about 4 or 5 years ago now. We haven't spoken in ages. He's a musician, so he was driving back in the silly hours of the morning when I had my late night radio show on. He used to listen to it on the way back, and we became really good friends. Spoke with him today. He's got a brand new studio layout, so I'm going to go over there and see his new studio sometime. But it's just really nice to take the time. He's one of life's really lovely people, and it was just lovely to have the time to sit down and chat with him and catch up. And yeah, we're going to arrange to go. He only lives about an hour away from me, so I need to stop making excuses. And this is the new David, the David that travels. The link there, by the way, he was Italian. Rico Garofalo, I'm sure you worked that out. I always used to call him Garofalo, and he never told me until donkey's years down the line, the little sod. But anyway, so I did manage to speak to a friend today. Right, I'm going to wrap up. It's now 6:15. I can get this into Final Cut. I will remember to put the date stamp on it. I keep forgetting. I will remember to put the date stamp on it for history or historical reasons. And I will speak to you tomorrow. About what? Who knows? But I will definitely be speaking to you tomorrow. Enjoy your Sunday evening.